Thanksgiving week, and it's week 47 of 52 weeks of focus.
Yo, it's my favorite time of the year. Get to go eat, get to be around family, get to know my amazing wife because I don't have to go to work. It's a pretty good time, guys. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
You just left me hanging like that. What's good, everybody? Hope everybody had a good week. Man, we're excited. It's our favorite time of the year.
Yeah. It's going into the holiday season. So.
Yeah, we get to go back home to Georgia.
Yep.
We're pretty excited about it. Yeah. So.
So this week's focus is be still and know that I am God.
Being still. Sit down too much. Or keep doing what you're doing.
Or sit down.
Oh, just don't do too much. We mulled over a few topics before we chose that one. But basically.
But be still.
Yeah, be still.
So we came to this focus for this week because we're going into the holiday season and we're going into a period of time where we are all going to be constantly going.
Mm-hmm.
That's gift shopping, that's working in between the gift shopping, it's traveling, and you have to learn to be still in your current season so you can be able to grow spiritually, mentally, and physically still.
Yep.
You can't let this season wear on you because the season will be over and you will be drained and
Show no.
you won't be able to hear God.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or
Pretty
see
much.
God move in your life. So that's our focus for this week.
Yeah.
There will be 4 topics. 4 topics. And then we'll get out your way so you can enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
Yeah, and for the people that have all week off, not myself or my wife.
No.
Praise you.
I don't get
And the Lord is good.
any time off until Wednesday.
Yeah, I got to go to work Monday and Tuesday. Moment of silence for my feelings.
Yeah, shout out to those that are off though. That's awesome. Whole week of doing nothing. That's great. I don't know how that feels.
That sounds like a
anymore.
hater, don't it? Yeah, it sounds like a hater, don't it?
I do not know how
Yeah.
that feels anymore.
Sound
So, especially with the holiday falling like in the middle of the week, kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
And Christmas is like Wednesday this year.
Is it?
Yeah.
I might have a whole week off. I think
Yeah,
I got a whole week off.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird, time as far as the dates. But Babe will take the first 2, and I will finish this off with the second 2 points.
Yep. So we're going to go ahead and jump in because people say I talk too much, so I'm going to try to limit mine even more.
Just say you talk too much.
Right. So,
He is exaggerating.
point number 1, you couldn't even tell me time.
I'm not.
Point number one. Being still in your mind. Okay. A lot of times we think busyness means physically moving around, but a lot of times the most stressful, movement we have is up here. All right, our thoughts. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and give you guys the Bible verse first, and then go ahead and get into the point. Okay, so we're gonna go to Psalms 46, the 10th verse. Be still and know that I am God. I will be honored by every nation, and I will be honored throughout the world. Okay, a busy mind will never be quiet enough to hear God. So, although in my personal opinion, I do feel that the voice of God sounds differently to different people because God uses an array of things. Can't talk to speak to us. All right, but if your mental is clogged up with all these messages of what I don't have and what I do have and what I'm abusing and what I'm addicted to and what
I still have to do.
Right. You won't be able to hear God's voice, whether that be bumping into somebody in the street or whether that be a voice, or whether that be that still voice, or whether that be, so you won't be able to hear it or you won't be able to recognize it as God's voice.
Right.
Because no matter what it is still very distinct.
Yes.
All right. And very different from your environment.
Yes.
You won't be able to notice it and move according to what he has for you. Because we all out here trying to move right, move left, and then we won't be able to hear that subtleness.
Right.
That is his voice and his direction.
Yes.
All right. So it's very important for us to understand. We can't be worried about everything and hear God's voice. That's the layman term.
Yeah.
All right. Also, a busy mind will distract you from where God is trying to get you to go. Okay. The analogy that I love to use, that everything that glitters is not gold. Okay.
And the grass is not always green on the other side.
At this point, I'm almost sure that it almost never is, right?
Yeah.
Because I think we've gotten so used to the blessings of God and used to the things that God has given us that we've grown accustomed to them.
Right.
And they have lost their luster. All right. They've lost their pizzazz. All right. And I think we, instead of looking at the things that we always get, as new blessings every day, we tend to shy away from the things that we don't have. And more times than not, that desire to get those things that we don't have often lead us into the wrong direction. All right. And then lead our focus to those particular things instead of rejoicing in the things that God gives us daily. Okay.
Yes.
So we have to check our intent. We have to check ourselves daily to renew not only our faith within God, but renew our joy within the things He's given us every single day.
Right.
All right, that makes sense? Cool.
Makes sense.
All right. Also, a busy mind will cause unnecessary worry and stress on your life.
Amen to
On
that.
your life.
On-
I mean, you're going to put it in there. All right? That's an inside joke. My bad. All right? So, one of the things I try to help Victoria with, and by helping her, I kind of refresh myself. You aren't meant to be perfect, and in being imperfect, it is not our responsibility to solve every problem.
Right.
All right. A lot of times, the things that I find myself as a teacher stressed about are things that are outside of my control. All right. And as heartbreaking as that is sometimes, we have to understand that it is not our job. We are not the Superman of the world.
Right.
All right. We're only supposed to control the things that we can control and give the things to God that we can't control.
Right.
In a conversation earlier this week, my mom, amazing, she reminded me of the Serenity Prayer. Basically, it just says, hey, God, help me control the things I can control, and the things I cannot control, give to God. All right. And help me know the difference between the two. Okay. And I think just that prayer in itself is a perfect example of making sure that your path is clear in order to let God do what He needs to do in your life. Because a problem may exist and you may want to solve that problem, but if you go too early, or if you try to insert yourself too early or too soon or too loudly, God won't be able to use you in the way that you need to be used to solve the problems that He wants you to take care of. All right, that makes sense?
Makes sense.
Cool. Point number two. Oh, wait. Did you have anything for point number one? Sure?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So, point number two, being still in your spirit. All right, so a lot of times people confuse being still with doing nothing. All right? Also, people think patience is just waiting.
Right.
This point number two, when it comes to your spirit, is not necessarily about waiting. It's about how you wait. All right? If you're waiting and you're waiting on God to do something in your life, but how you're waiting, you're filling yourself with hatred. You're filling yourself with that anxiety. You're filled with these things inside of you that aren't of God. Okay. A lot of times we try to fool ourselves into thinking that we're waiting, and then fool ourselves into thinking that we are spiritually, on the outside. But then, as Pastor was talking about today, we have to worry about those things on the inside as well. And your spirit is 100% how you are doing on the outside, which is why I am so excited when he said that today. So we're going to go to Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 13. And it reads, wherefore, take unto the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all, to stand. The only way we're going to make it internally, guys, all right, which is our biggest struggle, is if we take up that armor of God. And by taking up that armor of God, we're going to maintain a peace that is past all understanding. So that means, basically, the world is crazy, right? But inside, we are just as calm as can be. All right, because this is something that the world didn't give us, so the world can affect it. And it is actually something that God has given us, and God will continue to maintain us in that I guess way, until we relinquish that. All right. Without peace, the path to God's blessings gets a little bit harder.
Yeah.
All right. Also, if your spirit is not at peace, okay, I have to say this plainly. If your spirit is not at peace, it is impossible to enjoy the fullness of what God is giving to you.
Right.
All right. A lot of times people say, "Yeah, I'm happy. Yeah, I have joy," but we have this journey towards happiness, and I feel like personally there should be a feeling or a journey towards joy. All right, because your happiness is 100% dependent on what is happening around you.
Right.
So when things are going well, I'm happy. When it's a good day outside, I'm happy. When my kids do great, happy. When my soldiers do great, I'm happy. But when it comes to joy, joy is something that the world didn't like necessarily give us. All right, it is required to have peace to I guess have joy, because joy is a deeper, I guess, feeling. Of no matter what's going on, I still have my joy. It could be raining outside, I still have my joy.
Right.
I can run out of gas. Oh, well, I still got my joy because God has sent this person with gas, or the nearest gas station is 2 miles away. Something, legible, something that you can work with. So I think without peace, you can't experience the deepness of what God has given us, which is joy, rather than the happiness that we experience by coincidence. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
All right, cool. I know I went a long way to go get that one. Also, your spirit will tell you when it is time to take a break. Folks, listen to that little voice inside of you that say, "Hey, doggy, something ain't right here. You might not want to, do that." Yeah. All right? Listen to that voice. Listen to that voice. Because a lot of times our gut gives us, we call it our gut. We call it the Holy Spirit. Yeah. But that feeling is like, no.
I don't know.
Somebody told me I shouldn't be doing this. Yeah. So maybe not. Listen to that. All right? Because your spirit will tell you. All right? It will not feel right.
Right.
And in that, you got to listen. Yeah. And I do it.
Right.
I know. I've been in plenty of situations. Oh, Lord. Man, y'all knew my story. All right? That feeling has saved my life. All right? But it's very important for us to understand that we have a spirit and we have a body inside of our external thing. Yeah. All right?
External shield.
Right. Thank you. Okay? And lastly, your spirit must be healthy. Your spirit must be healthy, but sometimes we need to still maintain it to have true peace. All right? Your spirit is just like your body. If you don't go to the gym, or if you eat bad, or if you digest terrible stuff, guess what? Your body will be terrible. Yeah. All right. Same thing for your spirit. All right. If you're ingesting or digesting negative, watch TV all day, watch news all day.
Yeah. Especially before bed or when you first wake up.
Yeah. Or if you in the office and the only time you talk to your people is when Nook got shot, or such and such baby mama cheating, or whatever. All right, the real live Mari, your divorce courts of the world. All right, consistently digesting that negative stuff will make your spirit negative. I promise you. All right, we have to make sure that we are keeping an eye on not only what we eat physically, but what we're eating spiritually as well. Because without that health, without feeding things that will help our spirit, your spirit will be jacked up. All right? You ever walk to a room and you meet somebody and they be like, "Ooh, something right there. I can't feel it." I actually tingle a little bit. And I'm like, "Ooh."
Discernment.
Yeah, a little raggedy. Let me go on about it. All right? Yeah. That's how they get that. All right, we all have that negative person that we know. All right, and we know what kind of gets them going. Anything negative, oh, they only talk about it. Anything positive, oh, okay. So those are my 2 points. Did you have anything for point number 2?
Just through the chaos, you have to continue to praise Him. The test may be testing your faith, and it's important that you stay within your form of peace while you're going through.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's all right.
Cool. I like it.
All right. You good?
Are you good?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Now to my wife for point number 3 and 4. I guess I got to throw it to her like that.
Shut up. You're so petty. Oh my God. So, going into topic 3, which is being still or resting brings peace. Again, that's topic 3. Being still, resting brings peace. Exodus 14:14 states, "The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still." So if anything sums up what we're talking about today,
Sit down.
this specific Bible verse tells us specifically to be still.
Do what you can do.
But in order to learn to be still, you have to take time to rest. Have you ever had that time to where you come back from work and you feel like you can't do anything?
Feel like you got hit by a truck. Pow!
You know you have to cook dinner. You know you have to do this. You know you have to do that. But all you can do is just sit there. God is telling you to be still. Not saying that you have to sit here and be on the couch for the rest of the night. But take an hour when you get back from work and just rest.
Or if you wake up in the morning and you feel like you can't get out of bed.
No, I can't do that. I got to get,
Hey, y'all.
I have to get to work.
I'm late to work about 2 times a week. 3. But I'm far enough along where I can be late to work, and it's cool.
Okay.
All right, just don't be like, don't go to work like, well, Victoria Field said not to go to work.
Okay, so
The Lord
back to the topic. So, also, resting helps to restore balance in our lives. You have to take time to recuperate mentally, physically, and spiritually. You have to take time for yourself. I know on the weekends is where I actually tend to nap. Although it's rare that I do nap, I usually nap at least once in a weekend.
I'm about to say now.
Once in a weekend, yeah, because it's my way of rejuvenating myself and kind of prepping for the week ahead. And because both me and Phil have such early mornings, it's hard to actually, get that time in throughout the week.
Right.
When you come back and you're usually going straight from work to the gym, or you're waking up going to the gym and then work, or you're going from work to Bible study, or you have some other type of obligation at work that you have to go to. And also, resting isn't being lazy; it's recognizing that you need a break. So everybody, or some people, not everybody, but some people correlate resting with being lazy.
Right.
Oh, there's 24 hours in a day, and what are you doing 24 hours in a day? You can rest when you have made it, or you can rest when you became rich, or you can rest when you became debt free. Well, if you are sick and you have high blood pressure and your health and your spirit is sick, you won't be able to enjoy the fruits of your labor.
Disclaimer. Because I'm one of them people that used to say this is exactly what she just said. All right, it's about balance.
Yes.
All right, laying in the bed, napping 2 hours every day.
Yeah.
When there's work that can be done.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's like y'all. We talking about
not cool.
the people that have busy everything.
Yeah.
All right, home life, work life. You got to make sure that you're balancing like you.
Yes. Yes. And even resting doesn't necessarily mean sleeping. It can be walking around the block.
Exactly.
It can mean
Exactly.
going and sitting in the sauna at the gym for
Or
30
playing
minutes.
video games.
That's bad. So, I can't get with the video games. I tried once or twice, and that's just not my cup of tea. So, but just learn to rest and be still, and that's usually when God will send you a sign, or that's usually the time that He may talk to you. I know He talks to me through dreams, so I dream from time to time, and that's when He speaks to me.
Well, you dreaming again? Praise the Lord.
Somewhat,
Praise
not
the Lord.
that much. But yeah,
Look at
so it's been a while since I've dreamt anything. So that's
Tell you something.
that's progress. All right. So that's it for topic 2. Anything?
Topic number 3.
Topic 3. I meant
Look at her. Just
topic 3.
Trying
So
to jump on my point.
I'm not trying to chunk on your point. Hey, do you have anything for topic 3?
What's next?
All right. For topic 4, it is Nicole Faith being petty again. So for topic 4, it is being still helps us focus on God. Starting with Psalms 91:1 says that he who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will abide in the shadow of the Almighty. Yeah. Love that Bible verse. So we can't let the chaos of life deter us from our relationship with God. We will always have some form of chaos in our lives, but we have to choose to focus on God in some shape or form.
Right.
Not saying that you have to spend 2 hours a day talking to God. It can be 1 minute a day. It can be 5 minutes a day. It can be an hour a day. It can be how much time do you have throughout the day? It does not matter. You can talk to him whenever you have a free moment, even if you're in between meetings. God does not say, it does not say anything in the Bible that you have to be on your knees to talk to him.
Right.
He welcomes you to talk to him whenever you feel the need. And it's usually when you're in those chaotic moments, like walking from meeting to meeting, or you just came out of a hard meeting with your boss, that God is longing to talk to you so you can focus on him. And through focusing on him, you'll get the answers that you need.
Okay, you see us all the time. That makes sense.
He's omnipresent, present. So our focus on God should always be our first priority. Yes, our first priority. We can't let things of the world deter us from making God our number 1 priority. And that's inserting him in every single aspect of our lives. And if we continue to do that, then he won't hesitate to bless us when it's time, or to bless us earlier than we anticipated, because we are putting him as a priority, not as a second and third order effect when things are falling apart, but through the good and the bad. We need to allow Jesus to encourage and uplift us so that we can continue to do what he has called us to do. If we allow him to uplift and encourage us, we will be less likely to experience burnout or giving up.
Ooh, that burnout. I felt that in my spirit just now, bro.
There have been many times in my life that I have almost reached burnout because there are so many requirements from work alone. There are requirements from your friends and family. Well, hey, we want you to be here, or hey, we want you to do this, or hey, can you do this for us? But at a certain point, you have to take a step back and take care of you. Because if you're laid up in the hospital sick because you ran yourself ragged, what is that going to help? That's not going to help anybody. That's not going to help you. It's not going to help you focus on God. It's not going to help you focus on your purpose. So you have to sometimes take a step back and say, hey, this time I want to, go on a cruise for the holidays, just to do something different and to, take some time away and just focus on you, or you and your spouse, or you and your significant other, whatever you need to do to get back to you. Because we go through life with so many routines and we never really take a step back and actually focus on what makes us happy. So we have to think about what that is and continue to focus on God throughout it.
And it's not called being selfish. That's like maintaining you.
Yeah.
Or y'all.
Yeah. Because where do you think high blood pressure comes from, and heart disease and strokes and different diseases? It comes from internalizing and not taking care of yourself spiritually, mentally, or physically. So if you need to take a step back and you have to make time to go to the gym in order to prevent, these diseases that are running your family, do what you got to do. And, those people that are important to you and who know what you're trying to do will support you. Because what it comes down to is you being here for 100 and some years, or, as long as God sees fit, and to be healthy, not struggling, but healthy. God doesn't want to see us struggle, but we make ourselves struggle by trying to live up to everybody else's expectations.
You said that with a seriousness that I haven't seen before. So that means she meant that.
But that's all for point 4. And I will do a quick recap and then close this out in prayer.
Hopefully I didn't talk too much, y'all.
No, you did not talk too much.
When you try to do good for folk have everything. You know what? I'm not gonna give them that.
What?
Because the Lord don't want me to go down that road. I felt it in my spirit. That was point number 2, wasn't it? Look at it.
Okay.
Application.
Starting off with a recap. All right, the first topic was being still in your mind. You have to learn to be still in your mind and stop worrying, stressing, and thinking about the what ifs. You have to allow God to move despite not knowing what the future may hold.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't let your mind distract you from what God is trying to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
You have anything, babe?
Go ahead.
All right. Point 2 or topic 2 was being still in your spirit. Your spirit will more than likely tell you before your physical self that you need a break.
Mm-hmm.
It will be a sign. It will be it will be like a feeling in the pit of your stomach that you're like, whoa, wait, I need to take a step back. Let me just be still. Let me just be still right now. Let me just put a pause on that. And that is the Holy Spirit trying to talk to you.
Sure enough, 100%.
So listen when you have that feeling. Listen when you hear something whisper, hey, don't do that. Go the other way. Or hey, stop or slow down your car. There are certain things that God is trying to protect us from, but we have to listen. So going on to point 3, being still or resting brings peace. Resting is okay. Resting does not equal laziness. Sometimes we have to rest in order to recuperate mentally, physically, and spiritually. Right. And resting may not be taking a nap. It may be going to the gym for you or taking a jog around the block or a walk around the block by yourself and just listening to music and kind of decompressing. Or it may be playing video games like Bay does sometimes. Baby does. Anyways, so moving on to topic 4, which is being still helps us focus on God. This is the most important point of all because we should always focus on God in whatever we do. Regardless of how good things are going, focus on God. Regardless of how bad things may be going, focus on God. It's when those distractions come in that we have to really press into Him and lean on Him and not ourselves or things of the world. Because when we lean on things of the world is where more chaos tends to come in because that may be the enemy trying to distract us.
And it's going to come. There's going to come a point in time when you have to choose.
Yes.
All right? So, yeah.
Yes. So, that's all for our points this week. Anything, babe?
As y'all can see, I had to show you.
Yeah, no more beer gang.
I got stressed out at work.
The next thing I heard was,
I knock it on about you know.
Early in the morning before you went to work. I was like, wait.
I made it far.
Why am I here in Clifford? It's not the end of November yet, but.
Another week. It also got to eat, have fun, enjoy family.
Yes. This is the start of the holiday season. If you don't have family, even hang out with your friends for the holidays. Friendsgiving. I mean, whatever you need to do to bring your happiness.
Right. And for the soldiers that are away from their families, enjoy the people in your unit, love on somebody. Especially
those that are deployed.
Right.
Not able to spend the holidays with your family. I know that firsthand. It is not fun. It sucks.
I'm telling you now. We don't get into that. That's another video.
It sucks. So I'm praying for you guys. I'm praying for your safety, and I'm praying that you guys come back. And all the unit comes back in one piece. Nobody's affected. So, all right. I'm gonna pray us out, and that'll be it.
All right, cool.
God, I'd like to thank you for allowing us to come in your presence. I would like to thank you for allowing us to speak your word for another week of our 52 weeks of focus. I would ask that you give everyone under the sound of my voice traveling mercies as they prepare to travel for the holidays, as they prepare to spend time with family and friends, and that you continue to humble us to focus on you and to learn to be still in our current season. I would like to ask that you continue to guide us according to your will, that you continue to help us to continue to focus on you despite the chaos that may be going on around us. I ask all of these things in your precious name. Amen.
Amen.
All right, you guys. See you guys next week for week 48.
Yeah, 48.
Week 48. We're almost at week 50, guys. It's almost over.
Almost.
All right, guys, have a good week
All right, guys, see you.
and happy Thanksgiving.